Okay, it's 5:30 on Wednesday, July 24th. We'll call this special meeting of the Logansport Park and Recreation Board in order. Eamon, please read. I'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now, Eamon, will you read the mission statement?
Yes, sir. Logansport Parks and Recreation Department is committed to building a vibrant and healthy community for future generations through accessible recreational facilities and programs that promote physical health, social engagement, conservation, and cultural appreciation.
Okay, just a reminder, all visitors, please sign in with names and addresses at the podium by the door. So we're here tonight to accept the letter from the Clubhouse Proposal Review Committee and then pass a Parks Board resolution. You have in front of you the letter that was sent to me by Jan for acceptance of Shepler Construction to do the new clubhouse. Also in that is the score sheet that we used to, when we had our meeting, we used to come to the conclusion that Shepler would be who we will be suggesting to the city to do the project. And as you scroll through that score sheet, you can see it wasn't very close, so. You want to add anything to that? Do we have any questions on it? Nope. Okay. So then do we have a motion to accept the letter from the Clubhouse Proposal Review Committee?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The letter has been accepted. Next up, Parks Board Resolution 2024-07. Jim?
Yeah, this is basically, it's basically the letter broken down into whereases and what therefores and sections. So anyway, but it basically talks about who was the other contractor and I think the most important thing is that the proposal submitted by Shepler Construction more closely conforms to the project specifications requested in the RFP, contains more detail regarding the final product, and is more comprehensive proposal when compared with that of Yoder Construction. In all, Shepler Construction proposal is more closely aligned with the vision and goals of our project from an architectural and financial standpoint. In addition, Shepler Construction has set a timeline for project completion that more closely meets our needs. And skip on down to the next one, but I think that we also find the ability to inject our project funds directly into the community's economy as another attractive facet of the Shepler proposal. So anyway, so basically what we are recommending, this actually is a recommendation to the Board of Works and the City Council as from what I understand of this timetable. So recommending to them that they award the public-private partnership for design and construction of the clubhouse and associated facilities at the course to Shepler Construction. That you give me, you're directing me to work with the Logansport Parks and Recreation Foundation Board, the Common Council of the City of Logansport, and the Logansport Board of Public Works to provide for terms of a contract and the necessary financing required to move forward with the construction. So that's basically what it says. Any questions or?
can see on the back page, there's a proposed timetable for the BOT process.
That's actually just an addition for you, that's not part of the.
Well, I know it's not part of the
It's not part of the
resolution,
resolution.
but I just wanted to bring that up.
But I wanted you to see where we were. But our next step is to get this to the Board of Works so they can receive our recommendation at next week's Board of Works meeting. And then they have to wait 2 weeks. It has to be advertised and wait 2 weeks for a public hearing. And so, I know, we're government, right? So, anyhow. And there was a question asked about a notice to proceed, and we are not actually the ones able to issue that, I don't believe. I think the Board of Works will be able to do that when they begin. So we'll work on that, okay?
Any questions or comments on Park Board Resolution 2024-07?
Matt Llewellyn.
Come to the table, please.
There was a question that was posed by me on the notice to proceed. And you're right, with the governing body or the deciding body being the Board of Works, I believe they do have to approve the overall project to continue. However, my understanding is that the Parks Foundation has a large amount of money that they could commit to making sure this stays on the timeline, so.
And I think that's true, and I'll make sure that everybody knows that we want this to get moving as fast as possible, so.
That's,
One thing that I think needs to be stated is the reason why Matt and I are trying to get that notice to proceed is not to hurry this project, is to try to save you guys money.
I understand that,
And keep it within the schedule for proposing. The building takes 12 weeks
yes.
from the time of order. You can't do that without a notice to proceed. If we wait till October, we're going to start getting into winter conditions, which will cost more. The building price could go up. The other stuff could go up. And we're not trying to throw a warning shot across the bow. We're just trying to help and not cost the city any money or time. And so I just want you guys to be aware of that.
So we're just saying that even if a notice to proceed is for a certain dollar amount, like a restricted dollar amount from either this committee or this board or the Parks Foundation, that would reduce the risk of escalations or delays.
And the Parks Board, or the Parks Foundation Board could, encourage, put together something that says, this is the funds we have available, please get this going.
Well, I think with that being said, that the Parks Board needs to proceed with this, but then we need to find out and have a Parks Foundation Board meeting as quickly as possible if we can get it moving that way.
Okay,
Okay? I mean, that way we keep moving. We'll, as a Parks Board, we'll move our part through, and then we'll find out about the Park Foundation, and our good friend Lynn Ness will have to call an emergency Park Foundation Board meeting so we can get it moving as quickly as possible.
all right.
So, okay? Mike, do you have anything to add to that aspect?
No, I was just reading
You're
the
just
Board of
reading.
Works meets every week, but I see they get that public hearing thing they'd have to do. And then maybe you have to be a notice for that. I don't know if you have to give so many days for public notice, but I agree with
You
you.
have to have a 10-day notice,
Right.
I think, and then another, like a 7-day notice or something.
But since the majority, I agree, since the majority of the money is coming from the Parks Foundation, I don't know that the Board of Works is,
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the question. Can we kind of, I don't like to say reinvent the wheel, but
Right.
with the Parks Foundation Board, I mean, that's something we need to find out. And if we can, then we need to go that route while we're going this route.
yeah, I think you can give them what they need, and then, as I say, I think you could, the Board of Works is going to basically just approve, normally they're approving the fact that the money can be spent. In this case, it's not it's in the foundations.
It's in the foundation, so I'm not,
I don't know that.
So what are they
I don't
actually
know, I
approving?
have to check with,
Just the project?
I have to
Well,
work
I
on
mean,
this.
What are they?
I mean, yeah, I mean, normally they, like any of the TIF does, we approve, but then they have to give a stamp of approvals, but they're there once a week. And usually it's about paying bills to people. I mean, usually they're about, okay, it's okay to pay this vendor. In this case, you know, and there's obviously this public, meeting they want to have, but I don't think that stops you from getting their stuff ordered. They're not, the public meeting's not going to say, you're not going to go, public came and said this, so we're going to just drop the whole project. That's not going to happen.
yeah, I mean, this would be probably the attendance of the public meeting anyway. I mean, seriously, I mean, it's not, I'm not gonna go.
It has to be a published.
You have to have.
Yeah, it has to be published.
Have a publication for this. This is not a public meeting.
Well, I understand this is not a public meeting, but my point was, when we have our public meeting, these are probably the people you would see at a public meeting for the clubhouse. That was my point.
If someone objects to it, that's their opportunity to object to it. Right. So that's why the sooner you get on that ship, the better. And I think that if you call Kelly Lehman tomorrow, you can resolve all this. And I don't think you have to go in front of the board of works, but you do have to go in front of the council.
Okay, so
Is it the city funding part of it?
the first thing we need to do, hey,
They've already approved it, so.
as a group here, we need to pass Parks Board Resolution 2024-07, a resolution of Logansport Parks and Recreation Board regarding the award of the Dykeman Clubhouse project to Shepard Construction Incorporated. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Parks Board Resolution 2024-07 is passed. So now then, we need to contact Kelly Lehman and see with the Parks Foundation having the money, what we need to do from here. And then if we need to have a Parks Foundation Board meeting, we need to do it as quickly as possible so they can get started, if we're allowed to do that. Okay. Any other visitors' comments on this? Board comments on this?
No comment.
I
Okay,
think we have a beautiful design.
Yep.
You guys have really worked hard at getting that ready.
Thank you.
It looks great. It really does.
okay.
Well, the other thing, Mike, do you want to share the news from your meeting this morning?
Yeah, so on top of, one of the things that has come towards the end of this project is the land becoming available for a full-size driving range at the golf course, so it'll be connected to the thing. The TIF board this morning, or the redevelopment commission approved $260,000 and some change to purchase the land that is next to the golf course now. That will allow you to have a full-size driving range there. It'll also, from my understanding, allow them to leave the existing clubhouse there while you build the new one, and that way, which will be quite a better way to do things than to
Well,
have to,
absolutely.
work out a trailer or something like that, so.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're very proud to, much of the same group was here this morning, and I think they stayed all day and had lunch there. But anyway, it's an exciting project, and it was an exciting thing. I think TIF is normally dealing with commercial stuff, but it's also the economic development, and to me, so much work has been done by this group to get a new cart path, and I've heard for years just compliments about how well, for a city golf course, how well it's maintained. I think this is going to give you a nice clubhouse, and I say this driving range, from what I understand, for the groups that come out there. That we have some high schools that use this as their home course, and this is going to make it nice for them too. So
Good deal.
So one step closer
One step closer.
to perfection.
For that, is that the money that the Myerses wanted up front, the 200, or was that the?
No, the 260 is the total. They wanted like $80,000 up front, and then $50,000 roughly for upcoming 3 years. So, that land will need to be annexed into the city, so that's a process too. And that's about it.
Anybody else?
What you think, Brad and Kyle and the guys back there?
Yeah, before we adjourn, Kyle and Smith and Brad Rosie for all the work they've done on this. It's been a blessing for us. I know it's been a blessing for Dean to have these two guys working on this and bringing this to reality. And now we all can't wait just to see a completed project and have a beautiful clubhouse at our beautiful golf course here in Logansport. So thank you guys very much for everything you put in, and the guys on your committee too. We appreciate your help.
There's other guys here that are doing a lot of the work too, Chad Higgins and Mike Bowdish, Chuck Liddell, Tammy Elby, Brandon Mayer, so, you know, I
Well,
appreciate that.
I wasn't going to give Brandon any credit. He used to be my boss at Small Parts, so I wouldn't. But you knew the names better than I did, and so and we appreciate everything everybody's done in the fundraising to get this accomplished for us. It's been a godsend and a blessing, that's for sure. So, anything else?
We need to start talking about groundbreaking at some point too, so we got to do it right. So
Well, yeah.
we'll do that too.
Yeah, but we'll get to that point.
I know we will.
Give me a date.
I'm just thinking ahead.
I know you are. Okay, if there's nothing else for this, we will adjourn this special meeting at 5:47.
All about the fun stuff.